Hi, I'm Barry Sahajian. This tutorial is Shapes and Theory Baselines number 2, Major Triads. In number 1, I covered root and fifth baselines. There were 15 examples on 3 different levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. This is the beginning of a course that's going to go on for several weeks. I will be covering major triads, minor triads, major 7th chords, minor 7th chords, dominant 7th chords, diminished chords, and augmented chords. What you would expect to gain by studying all of these tutorials is that you will understand how bass lines work with chords. So the next time you're at your jam session or your gig, rehearsal, you'll know exactly what the possibilities are to create your own bass lines, and therefore you'll be much more functional when you play, you'll enjoy playing more, and you'll be more in demand. I will be posting 2 Shapes and Theory bass tutorials a week, one for each of the chords I mentioned previously. If you like these videos, please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of the new ones as they come out, comment, and like. I'd like to start out with a couple of tunes from the 60s. In the 60s, many of the tunes were based on triad type motifs, and I'd like to do 2 of them. I'd like to do Under the Boardwalk, and I'd like to do The Midnight Hour by Wilson Pickett. So here we go. So we're starting with the Midnight Hour. The Midnight Hour is in the key of E, and it plays 2 triads. It plays the first triad from the root and the second triad from the 4th. So that would be E, F sharp, G sharp, A, the 4th. So you got E and A. We're going to be using one of the 3 triad shapes I'm going to use in this tutorial. And it is just root, 3rd, 5th in a position where your middle finger hits the root, your index finger hits the 3rd, and your baby finger hits the 5th. So Midnight Hour would be like this.
When the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof.
Now this line has such a personality that if you hear it, it's one of those songs. If you hear the bass line, you know what the song is. Let me show you why it sounds unique and why it defines the song so well. So we are in the key of G, and you're going to play root, 3rd, 5th, and then you're going to go down to the 5th an octave below, and then you go back to the root and you hit the 3rd. So that is, play the triad, go down and hit the 5th an octave lower, then back to the root and the 3rd. So that would sound, in time, would sound like this. Such a simple line. Right now I'm going to change gears. We're going into the 25 examples I have ready for this, and playing triads in different ways and showing you different theory and time and other things. And the first group of 8 examples will be beginner. Second group of 8 examples will be intermediate. Third group will be advanced. All of these will be in notes and tabs on my Patreon page, as well as play-alongs if you're interested in going over there and taking a look. So let me get started on number 1. Okay, we're going to play root, 3rd, 5th, 3rd. Everyone probably knows that if you've been playing for even the shortest amount of time. Root, 3rd, 5th, 3rd. The next one is you switch the order of the 3rd and the 5th. You go root, 5th, 3rd, 5th, root. Okay, the 3rd example. I'm going to hit the root twice and then the 3rd and 5th. That gives you another, dimension of a simple triad. Example 4, You do the same thing as the last example, except you switch the third and fifth around, so it's root, root, fifth, third. You could actually turn that into a 2-bar phrase by playing them back to back, the third, fifth, third, and the fifth, third, fifth. Like, the whole idea of learning this stuff is you get a vocabulary, you play these simple licks over and over again in all these different orders of the notes, and pretty soon you forget about it and it just becomes automatic. I'd like to show you the next 4 beginner examples. That would be number 5 through 8. They have 2 variations on this, and I'll explain it real quickly, and then I'm going to play all 4 of the examples back to back. On beat 2, you have 2 eighth notes on the first 2 examples. On the first time on beat 2, you use the third. On the second time, you'll use the fifth. Number 6. The next 2 examples are 7 and 8, and they do a similar thing, but you put the eighth notes on the third beat instead of the second beat. So, and you also alternate. The first time you play the eighth notes on the third beat, you use a third, and the second time you use a fifth.